Hello, students. Good afternoon to you all. You're welcome to another class today of English. This is lesson two of Unit Five. And in Unit Five, remember we'll be talking about getting from point A to point B, which is essentially talking about the transportation system. I hope you can remember most of the things we did in the lesson yesterday, where we spoke about different forms of transportation in different places. We talked about mode of transportation in Singapore, in Copenhagen. Talked about the subway, the luxurious subway in Russia, and so on and so forth. Well, today, basically, we are going to be doing speaking activities where I expect you to reflect on the class, on the lesson for yesterday, and have a discussion, sharing ideas with each other. So essentially, let's go to our warm up for today. In this picture, you can see this airborne object. What is it? Can anyone tell me what this is? What is this object that you see here in the air? Okay, now why do we not use this as a method of transportation any longer? And what was the biggest problem with this? Okay, so let's go on one after the other, give a reaction. What is this first of all? What is this first of all? And why isn't it used any longer as a means of transportation? Okay, we use 2 minutes to talk about that. Let's go. Okay, so this is an air balloon. This is an aircraft. It uses helium. I think helium with other gases. I think that's what it uses. It was used like in the early, I think 60s or 70s, 50s, 60s or 70s, in that region of time. That was when this was very, very popular. It was used as a means of transportation there, where people are, in this carriage here, it carries people, and it's airborne. Well, the problem that it had was that there was a very big disaster associated with this aircraft, in which it caught fire, and a lot of people lost their lives because it wasn't safe, and because of the kind of gas it uses, it is very flammable. It can easily, it is prone to fire and to fire accident and fire hazard. So because of that, we have discontinued to use it as a means of transportation. These days, people who travel in the air use helicopters, aeroplanes are the most popular, and other means of transportation. We no longer use these air kind of aircraft which is filled with air anymore. So today we are going to be doing, like I told you, basically speaking activities and few crossword puzzles here and there. So to start with, we are going to be speaking about this. So in twos now, I want us to speak in twos. Choose a partner, sit, feel comfortable, and we are going to answer these questions together in a group. So with a partner, talk about the advantages of the buses in Curitiba, the Moscow Metro, the bullet train in Japan, bikes in Copenhagen, and the river taxi in Singapore. For each of these, you have to give 3 points at least. With a partner, talk about the advantages. So both of you are going to talk, rub your minds together, and come up with three advantages each of these. Okay? Three advantages of each. You have 5 minutes to do that. If 5 minutes is not enough during the lesson, I'm going to add 2 more minutes for you. But I guess 5 minutes is enough. Talk to each other, remember the reading. If you can't remember, of course you are supposed to remember. Then you can go back and read about the text we read yesterday, which talks about transportation in these different places. So both of you are to come up with three advantages each for these items. When you're done, each group is going to share what they have gotten with the whole class. What are the advantages of the buses in Curitiba? the Moscow Metro, the bullet train in Japan, the bikes in Copenhagen, and the river taxi in Singapore. Your 5 minutes starts now. Remember, when you're done, you will share your ideas with the whole class, the advantages. Let's go. Okay, now still we have to do now this crossword puzzle. This crossword puzzle is what we are going to do right now. And you might be asking, for these crossword puzzles, where are the clues? They are in your books. However, if you can't find them in your books, if you don't have the book, I mean, remember you can still do this in the group, in the pair that you just finished the last exercise in. These are your clues here. Remember, in the crossword puzzles, we have down and we have across, and we have numbers for each. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So we have down and we have across. So in each case, this is your down, this is your down one, across four, uh, across 10. So here is 9. Here is your down 14. Here is your across 13, and so on and so forth. You can find them here. Here are your clues. You can find these clues in your book. Read in your peers and try to do this exercise together. Try to do this crossword puzzle in your peer with your partner that you just finished this discussion with. It should give you some exercise. It should give you a means of practicing some of the things that we read about in the text, and also give you some ideas about means of transportation in different places. Okay, I would say since we have like almost 20 of these, I would say take 10 minutes to do this. I can't wait to see the group or the pair that will finish in less than 10 minutes. But 10 minutes is the target time for you. The time starts now. Let's go. Okay. So from the exercises that you've done, from the crossword puzzle, the exercise one, now put these here. Remember, we're talking about means of transportation. So in those means of transportations that you've done, you are going to put them in this diagram web. Okay. So from the crossword puzzle, put here which are the means of transportation that is by road. Write them down. One has been done for you, bus. Write the other means of transportation that is in the crossword puzzle that runs on road. Ones that runs on rail, write them here. The means of transportation that runs on water, write them here. Any other one that doesn't appear in any of these categories, write them here. And the ones that move in air, write them down here. So from this exercise, fill in this web diagram. Okay, so this is the work that you have for today. When you're done and you submit it, we are going to talk about it and do corrections together. Okay, so this is it. All we're talking about today is means of transportation and getting to do exercises about different means of transportation so that we can get to understand. And also, don't forget, we are also learning vocabulary here. Vocabulary about means of transportation and different kinds of transportation. So good luck to you. Send your answers in once you're done.